All the action packed in 180 minutes. Power Breakfast with Tessa Dooms. Weekdays 6 to 9 a.m.
Mkhuleko Hlengwa is on the line with us this morning, Deputy Minister of Transport. Hilili. Deputy Minister Hlengwa, DM, thank you so much for joining us. You have celebratory news for us.
Thanks so much, Tessa. Good morning to you and the listeners. Well, it is good news, but only the start of what is going to be a long and difficult journey. The hard work starts now. We are happy to report that the National Department of Transport has received a clean audit for the first time in 31 years.
Yeah.
The AG in the 24-25 audits cleared us in that our annual financials were submitted without any material misstatements, and there were no sufficient deficiencies in the financial management processes. And then finally, that the performance information, the AG did not identify any findings on the completeness of the indicators. So we are happy that we've been able to stabilize the department and ensure that the necessary financial controls are there for prudent financial management, compliance with the PFMA and Treasury regulations, all in an effort to create a conducive environment, obviously, for future spend on the key critical areas which are within the portfolio insofar as service delivery is concerned. Because if there's clarity of financial management, it follows that you are on a better footing to be able to roll out services. And hence I say we are celebrating, yes, but it's also a recognition now that what follows is the key expectation, because if there's clarity, we should be able to now roll out services.
Right. I mean, the easy way to say this is, well, the GNU is working. This is a GNU government. It's a department of two different parties. And, the GNU is working. But what has actually changed substantively here? Because you don't just want this to be a fluke or something that we just overlook as the GNU is working or not working.
Well, I can say that in the Department of Transport, the GNU is working. I am very happy to say that Minister Creasy and I have got a very good and healthy working relationship, and I think that she has led from the front, and I've ensured that I give her my support. And importantly, together we've been able to rise above the politics and focus on the core mandate and key responsibility. Sure. And that is critical for a department, particularly where it's led by two parties. And secondly has been to focus the department on its core function. We have been able to have regular ExCos, which is the ministers' meeting, and the ExCo of the department. We are reporting monthly on key critical areas, on where there's backlogs on departmental responsibilities. Yeah. We've been able to engage the department. We have been hands-on without interfering with the minister, because that is also important, to allow the officials to do what they need to do. Sure. But we've played a critical oversight role as the ministry. And importantly, we have been very meticulous about reading everything that comes across our desk and been sending things back when we are not happy. We've provided input and guidance, and not just noted things and accepted them as they have been presented, because that's the risk that ministries face, to just gobble everything down that officials tell you.
Yeah. No, so DM, some might say, well, this is a big win, but it's also a low bar. When you say that in the democratic dispensation, this department has not had a clean audit, to have a clean audit seems like a low bar in that context. When they say your growth is good, but it's really not great because you've just started from the bottom. And so in that instance, there are still a lot of challenges for this department. Of course, you're dealing with the RAF fiasco, you're dealing with issues around PRASA as well. What are the big milestones substantively that you're looking forward to going forward? What are the things in your department that are the next focus?
Well, there's a song. I started from the bottom, now we're here. You have to.
This didn't work out very well for a cabinet minister before, Minister. Just say.
Yeah, no, we have to start at the bottom, because you have to build a solid foundation. And I think that that has been the focus. Obviously, our entities now become the key area of focus. We will be announcing also some clean audits within the entity ecosystem of the department, and our focus is to turn things around. But to do that, as I'm saying, there has to be clarity of financial management. And so I wouldn't call it a small win. I think it's important to turn a department around that is the epicenter of the economic development and economic growth insofar as the movement of goods, services, logistics, and people in the country is concerned. You would expect that it would ensure that it is got governance protocols which inspire confidence. We've had significant strides in that the first 3 months report from the Statistician General on the indicators of the department, they say that every indicator is within the ecosystem has increased from passenger numbers, from logistics numbers, and so on. So we are making headway, but we will be the first ones to admit, Minister and myself, that this is the start of a long and difficult journey. We have to stabilize the department so that everybody pulls in the same direction and understand the core function and core responsibility that we have, so that we can meet the objectives of the medium-term development plan.
I mean, PRASA is one of those entities that you're mentioning that definitely needs, a lot of care looked after there. And some people have raised that PRASA has now increased fares, for example, on the public transport system. So we will ask them all sorts of questions around what their strategies are. But appreciate that you've come to share the good tidings, and also that this is part of a systemic change and not just an oops, so that way you can replicate.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, on the PRASA question, we can also report that the 40 priority rounds, for example, in the Western Cape have been reopened to ensure that the services, the budget that was presented and has been approved by the National Assembly has got a heavy investment generally in the transport ecosystem on infrastructure, but specifically on PRASA is investment in the signaling system so that we can be able to have efficiency, more movements of trains more speedily, so that we are actually improving the service offering within the PRASA ecosystem.
I'm going to have to wrap it up there, but thank you. That's Deputy Minister Hlengwa, the Deputy Minister of Transport.